speak with you with Representative Tina Orwall from the 33rd District. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
So cutoff came and went, and how did you do?
You know, there were a tremendous amount of bills, but fortunately 5 of the bills I worked on did make it to the Senate. The big bill is the foreclosure bill, which is to protect homeowners so that they have the support and tools they need to stay in their homes whenever possible.
Now this bill went through a metamorphosis in the sense that the banks hated it, but then they didn't hate it so much, and now they actually kind of like it.
Right. Well, we had a long negotiation process. They really were concerned about the mediation piece, but we were able to negotiate that so it worked for all parties and still will provide families very good protection.
Okay.
And we also have a couple bills from the Department of Early Learning. One of them is a background check bill, and right now we do not do fingerprint testing for all daycare workers, and they don't have the ability to take their background checks from one facility to another. And so this bill requires that all daycare workers have background checks, and then they'll get a card so that they can take that to their next child care provider and not have to start over the process.
Okay.
We also have another technical bill for the Department of Early Learning. And then I also have a bill for King County, which is to look to do some economic growth activities like expanding the convention center and creating some affordable workforce housing. And the final bill is called IB bill. That stands for International Baccalaureate. And that's a program that really is about like varsity math and literature and science. And we have students that put a tremendous amount of hours in that actually count towards college courses. But we needed some flexibility in the program to allow them to capture electives and things outside the school, but not at a high cost. Because if we have the cost, and low-income students cannot necessarily be able to be in a program that really should be available for all students. So we're making some changes so it'll work for everyone.
Okay, so let's go back to your big bill, which is foreclosures. Right now, foreclosure mediation, you do better if you know what you're doing. And to do that, you require a counselor.
Yes.
And that's the big piece in this bill.
Yes, the banks will pay a fee for every notice they give. And this fee will be used for several things, but over 80% will be used to expand the numbers of housing counselors. And what we find is that these are really important positions to help people navigate what is a very complex banking system. So it'll make sure they have all the paperwork and who to contact. And our bill also puts pressure and requires the banks to do a meeting up front with homeowners so that they can know what all their options are and hopefully avoid any other further process. Some of these families go 12, 16 months with not knowing what the resolution is. And we want to see that shortened, and whenever possible, families stay in their homes.
Okay. Now, other bills that are not yours, but that you have been keeping an eye on.
You know, there's some very good health care bills that have passed. One of them in particularly was done by Representative Jenkins, and it's about requiring, if a health plan covers anti-cancer therapies, that it also include oral therapies. Right now, people who have cancer, they may only get coverage to go into an inpatient setting for chemotherapy when they could be at home taking a pill, but the pill cost is enormous and it's not covered by the health plan. So this says, you know what, if you're going to cover these anti-cancer therapies, you need to cover all of them, including the pills at home.
Yeah, that's great.
Great bill.
And you also like a Steve Kirby bill.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately every year we lose so many young drivers to car wrecks, and a large percentage of those have alcohol involved. And so part of this bill that we passed really focuses on what message we send to first-time people that are arrested for DUIs. What it does is it requires longer jail sentences. It goes from 1 day to 3. It also requires for them to pay for the jail time. They also have a deferment that they can do where they go home and they have the apparatus where they have to breathe in before the car starts. And that they have to pay for all the equipment. And they also have to do community service. We want to send a very strong message up front that driving while intoxicating is not acceptable. And we want to be able to impact what we're seeing, which has been an increase in youth dying in automobile wrecks.
Okay. So there is a little less than half to go.
Halfway through.
Yeah, we're there. Okay, well, good luck with the rest of it, and
Thank
we'll
you.
talk to you soon.